Hello, hello. How are y'all this Friday?
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey,
Doing good. So, we've got some big announcements, but before we run through what we've got coming, I know that we have not necessarily shown how the tree toppers can get actually
Oh, yeah.
attached to the top of the tree. So do you want to show that off since you've got it with you?
Actually, Sean's probably showing
Oh,
photos right now because I didn't
right,
actually
that's right.
bring it with me, but I'm sure it's up right now as we speak. So yeah, everybody had asked on the tree toppers. I mean, they're big, Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla. So there's a small indent in the bottom, and when you first look at it, like we all did when we got our first samples, we were like, "This thing is big and it's heavy. How are we going to attach this to a top of a tree?" And of course, the engineers were already on it with whom we work, and you see the attachment by now. But this is it's like a 13-inch spiral attachment that is tension loaded in the bottom of the tree topper. So no problems there. You can corkscrew this thing on, and I think it's going to hold things pretty well. But like
Absolutely.
we've talked about before, what a lot of people are going to do, sure, it's a great tree topper. We love that, but it's also a pretty cool piece that you could just stick on your shelf and enjoy. I mean, it's very cool to just be able to lean over and click it and have it do its thing. And Sean will undoubtedly put that up right now while we're talking. Hang on, let's be quiet for a second so he can hang on. Let's. The thing to keep in mind is so these are intended when they were originally designed, via remote, so you didn't have to get up on a ladder to cut your tree topper on and off. The infrared receiver on the bottom of the tree topper is, you're shooting at it from below. So if you've got this thing out on your desk or right in front of you, you've got to lift it up and shoot the remote a little bit. So because again, it's designed to be activated from below, but if you have it displayed on a shelf or whatever, you just elevate it for a second and you can activate it that way. But you'll understand when you get one. But those have been crazy popular, right?
Yes. Thank you to everybody who's picked one of those up, either Godzilla or Mecha or both. This has just been such a great product, and we've really enjoyed everybody's comments. So, yes, this design thing that you're seeing that we're showing pictures of, it does come with those tree toppers. So you're not having to go search for this. It comes with the tree toppers.
Right.
yep.
And again, it's a big piece. I mean, it's like 13 inches long, and the topper itself. This is a good size thing. When you see the scale, in fact, with the picture that Sean probably put up a second ago, or is doing again right now, where my hand is holding Mecha Godzilla, and you can see the attachment on the bottom. I mean, it's big. It's big as you would expect. And again, very price appropriate at 149 bucks for those tree toppers. They roar. We actually licensed the sound from Toho to do those properly, and then of course the misting mechanism and everything that it does with the lights and so forth. It's a really cool piece. So, like Amy said, thanks to everybody who's picked those up so far. They're going well, and based on how quickly we go through this initial run, we'll decide if we do something else down the road. We've already been talking about it'd be cool to do something with Mothra, if we can hyper focus the mist so it looks more like silk or whatever. So we've got some ideas. We'd like to work through some other pieces. So these first two tree toppers, consider them the first in what will hopefully be a series of different pieces. We'll work our way through the years and do what we can do there. But ultimately predicated on how popular they are over the next month or so. So that's it. Do you guys have anything else you want to add about the tree toppers?
I hope to get a tree up, and I can actually put a sample on there and show what it looks like on a tree.
Yeah, it's funny. So Amy, check this out. The other day, I've talked to Jared on the phone, and I know what he's hitting at. He's like, "Yeah, it'd be cool if we could show one on a tree." Like I'm just yeah. Let me go get one out of the closet real quick. That's what it felt like, Jared. I felt pushed to produce a tree picture with that thing on it. Like, yeah,
Get on
let me
it.
go do that. Let me go find a tree. Um,
Yeah.
so soon enough, soon enough. I put my Christmas tree up early. We got to get through 60 days of Halloween. We got 30 days left. And
Oh
Amy
yeah,
will talk
true.
more about that in a second. What else do we have that's new, Amy? Go.
Well, are we ready to talk about the Tron helmet, or do we
Uh,
want to talk about what's new on 60 Days of Halloween?
let's do the Tron helmet because that's really popular right now.
Yes, I'm so excited about this piece, guys. It looks so good. So next Friday, October 10th, these will go live for pre-order. So yes, Rye has it right now. Uh, yeah. So for everyone who's reached out and asked if this lights up or if it's glow in the dark, it lights up. It actually does have battery operation. The batteries are not included. So I was gonna say it's a little touch activated on and off. So this is in the same light. Rise really just turning it on and off. So the lighting is all inside the structure. It does not come from the stand. So we'll definitely be covering this a lot more as well. But it's so awesome. It turned out so well.
So what Jared's laughing at, and for the 7 or 8 of you who normally watch these and know who Thomas is, our boss. Uh, I haven't cracked on Thomas in a while, but he's got some stuff coming to him. So just before we went on, I was telling everybody, I was telling Amy and Jared that Tom's got this weird thing. If I do videos in the office or just generally where you might see my hand, and I'm like, and here's the Goonies set, blah, 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 and I'm talking really fast, describing something. He's always like, hold it up to your face. Like he. So here you go. Here you go, Tom.
There it is.
There we go. So he always wants me to hold stuff up to my face. I don't know why that is, but there you go. You get a little bearded Tron. I'm not going to put this thing on because it's tight on my big head. But this is our this is our sample, our a quick just production sample. It's really gotten beat up and it's seen some better days, but it gets passed around the office and the factories and that sort of thing. But so you guys can see, it's just touch activated right here-ish. They cut it on and off. There it is. But what a lot of people thought was when we were displaying it on the stand, that perhaps the stand was illuminating it. And that was the original plan when we first started talking about these, right? We were going to cast the inside of the helmet in a translucent blue and then shell it in white and illuminate it from the stand. And as we got further and further into the project, we were able to work out how we could get it all baked into the helmet. So that's actually what caused the delay. So hopefully you guys can, again, I'll give you a quick little, just 360 of everything. And again, it's just a production sample, but you get an idea of where we're headed with the whole thing. And then it's funny, we were talking about a comment that was on one of our socials yesterday. Don't normally get this one. So, of course, something like this, with the new film coming out, we want to celebrate that. And by paying tribute to where it all began. So this seemed like a good opportunity to do that. To do 300 pieces, why? Well, I don't want to QC 1,000 of them. I don't want to QC 500 of them. We've got a lot going on, and 300 seems appropriate. This is a nice nod to the original. People who watch us and regularly engage with us, I don't think they're going to have a problem getting one. Join our interest list. That's the best way to do this. We'll talk about a reason why that's important in a second. But yeah, the comment was only making 300. Disappointing. Like, no. The other reason we like to keep our numbers low is because it actually protects our collector's investment. You pick one of these up now. If it's twice the price 2 years on the secondary market once they're sold out, hey, good for you. We're getting a good, strong reputation for when we say we're only going to do a run one time. It means something. So we're not. I mean, one and done. That's it. So if you grab one and we see how popular the line is, maybe we'll do some other stuff from Tron, and we'll talk more about that later. But really happy with the way the helmet came together. Planets lined up, and we were able to scan an original, and it's just a great piece. Really happy with it. And then Sean will undoubtedly show some of the photos that we have on the site right now. So yeah, do you guys want to talk about that a little bit? What went into it or anything?
Well, we actually, I think the lineage of that helmet it's from a scanned helmet, a production used
It is from the
TRON
original
helmet.
TRON helmet. Yes.
Yeah. We got in touch with a sculptor who his name is Jay Kushwara, a very talented sculptor. He had been working on his own for a while, and he said, I have the files for this, and it was like, or the scan files for it, and we loved hearing that. We're like, oh, that's awesome, and he showed us what he had been working from Disney archives back in the day, and yeah, it was a great amount of reference. He had all the data there. In fact, he went back over it with us, and just to make sure everything was lining up correctly, and almost to the point of like, man, he's breaking out by millimeter measurements of where everything's going, and I'm like, yeah, dude, that looks good, looks great.
Yeah,
I trust you.
And there was another company years ago, a friend of all of ours, who was going to produce this piece, and he actually got to the prototype stage. He was showing it off, and for whatever reason, they just didn't pull it across the finish line. So that helmet that was ultimately scanned just shows what a small world we live in. That helmet that was ultimately scanned for his license project while he was in license with Disney ended up in a private collection of a friend of ours, Sean.
Oh, yeah.
Sean has it. So it's funny, while we had all this, and we also work with Disney Archives on the project too. So we were able to backtrack everything, see how it was supposed to be, and make sure that we had all our reference in a row, and we were able to identify exactly what we were working with. But yeah, I probably should spend a minute more when I so casually throw that out there. Oh, it's scanned off an original, and then I just move on. No, there's quite a bit of work to that. When we were referencing, any number of our Disney pieces, we've gone to both Orlando, we've gone to California, we've literally been with the archivist at Disney when we do our projects. It's not just we're swapping emails back and forth. Sure, sometimes we do that, but most of the time we are boots on the ground, meeting with the team, just like the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea stuff. As we were scanning that equipment, there was a guard standing there. When these things come out of remember that? When these things come out of the case, they are protected. Now, we joked about it a little bit amongst us that, everything, you go through security to get in, and there's the doors are locked behind you, and yet there's still this further step. They're really protective, and they take it seriously when they let a team come in and start handling these pieces and scanning them. And fortunately, we're a little bit different than some companies in as much that, we've all been in this business for so long. If a lot of times these pieces exist in our own collections, whether it's mine or Jared's or Thomas's in particular, or we inevitably know somebody who's got a piece. But Disney's just been excellent as far as their archives team, our product development team. Michael, Casey, all the guys have just been wonderful with everything that we do, and they're quick to line us up and get us in the archives. And when we want to start studying a piece, that again, the 20K stuff, Tron, the Haunted Mansion, so many other projects we haven't even talked about yet. That'll be coming up when it's appropriate. But a real big thank you to I'm thanking them as though one of them's watching this. Michael might be, just so he can make this down the road. But no, we're excited about the Tron stuff, and this one's been a long time coming. So and Sean, speaking of which, Sean Clark, he was really good in as much, the scan that we were working from when Brian was going to do this piece all so many years ago. It was quite a few years back. But Jason, who was over working with the Fox team at Disney, when we brought the helmet up, they knew each other. He knew that guy's work. Jason, and so it was just funny how it was like almost instant street cred with Disney. When we mentioned the guy and we mentioned the scan, they were familiar with the project. They knew exactly what we were talking about. And they're like, yeah, go from that. That's exactly what you need to work from. But with the pictures and the scan and everything else, some of the pieces move around on helmets or any prop, any screen use prop over the years. Stuff degradates, things fall off, that sort of thing. So Sean was really good when I had a couple questions about the liner and just how some of the padding on the inside of the ears and stuff like that was fitting in what was an old hockey helmet. He was really good to just send us quick pictures of his taking it off the wall. And so the very helmet that we had scanned, we know where it lives. So it was a wonderful opportunity. So as far as Tron helmets go, the one, it's pretty sweet. And as though we put in the thing we put in our description, the good thing here is staying true to the helmet. Sure, we could have replicated the old size small hockey helmet and just stuck the pinstripe on it. It just feels like it would have been a little bit of a missed opportunity with new tech and everything else to actually bring. I mean, you could display it as is or light the thing up, and this is a bright room. I mean,
you can see the ambient light from your camera, like contrast, shift dark. Yeah. When you turn it on, the camera's compensating for how bright that is.
Yeah.
And it should also be said that, like the original helmet, the tape is peeling off, and these were meant to look a certain way on film. I don't think they were ever intended to be seen without the post effects done on Tron to give them that ethereal blue glow effect. Seeing them without that effect is a bit jarring because it's like, oh, what is that?
Yeah, it's and I preached about it before. I'm such a purist. I don't want to alter something, but there's that fine line of staying true to what you see in your mind's eye. And Tron was so innovative to such an extent. Amy, you want to talk about that? Because that was great. Tron missed recognition within the Academy because
I never knew that.
Right.
And I follow all that stuff like crazy, like visual effects nominations and the awards that certain visual effects houses get. I never heard of that. That's awesome.
They treated Tron like Milli Vanilli, right, Amy? I mean, like they cheated. The word was cheating, right?
Literally, it was one of those things that as I was researching, and just for you guys to know, we all take stabs at writing stuff for, all of our different copy and things like that. I was trying to take a stab at this as like a landing point for us to go from, and discovered that in 1982, the Academy considered Tron cheating because of all of the CGI that was in the movie. And it's just funny to think about it, 40 some years later of now we're sitting back like, oh, if things don't have CGI in them, it's actually almost considered like, oh, what are you doing? Why didn't you do it that way?
It's a recognized specific, it's a recognized specific award within the industry. But then it was, hey, it's innovative. Hey, it's beautiful. We love what you guys did. Yeah, you kind of deserve it, but we think you cheated. So no, I mean, it's such an odd thing. But to Jared's point, as you guys know, for anybody who's going to drop $799 for this helmet, that's its price, by the way. Anybody's going to drop that kind of coin. You're already familiar with a lot of this stuff. We know you get this, but we're just trying to fill the people in who might not be that familiar with it. But as the original Cooper helmet set, the hockey helmets were all size small. We were talking about how small a lot of these actors are, in stature. These helmets. I have a big fat head. I mean, it's almost like I have encephalitis. It's so swollen. But if I can cram this thing on my noggin, but it's like I'm gonna, have an embolism. I'm gonna pinch an artery off if I do. But we stayed true again to the original size of the helmets, and it's just a wonderful piece. But when you just see like the black and white setting on the old base hockey helmet, and it's pinstriped. It leaves a little bit to be desired, and it would seem a shame to miss the opportunity to realize this and make it a true bit of tech. Because if it was, if it was in fact a program helmet and you pop the thing on your head, of course you wanted to do that. I mean, that's just so awesome. So yeah, really happy with how it all turned out, and these will be along soon. So I'll quit talking about Tron helmets for now. And what else you want to cover in?
Well, we do have some 60 days of Halloween specials still running this week.
We got 30 days. We got 28 days. We have
30 days left on our 60 days of Halloween. I am running to our website real fast because I actually don't remember what we have going right now. So one moment, por favor.
Intermission.
How did a month go by?
Let's.
How did all September go by already?
What's that,
right?
Jared?
How did all of September go by already? What the hell?
I don't know.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I don't get to come out of my subterranean lair. I just stuck. I do feel like we remember the old dancing hot dog in the 50s things.
Oh, the intermission one?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, come on, man. It's
Let's
like in the
all
middle.
go to the
yes.
Remember
No,
when Zuko was at the drive-in in Greece? There we go. And a little.
Yeah.
Oh yay, a little hot dog. Hot dogs up some bun. I'm old. I'm so old.
no,
Did you find what you needed?
I did. Okay.
All right.
So,
Good.
in case you guys are not aware, we are running the Ultimate JP special right now. That is something that is generally live on our site, at least until we run out of stock on things.
It's not just any
But
special. It's the ultimate special.
it's the Ultimate special because it's everything that we've made from Jurassic Park. So it includes
single bit.
Mr. DNA, it includes the night vision goggles, and right now until October 10th, so next Friday, you get free shipping with that. So that is some substantial savings, especially with how big the night vision goggles are and everything else with that package.
Oh,
So-
ham and skin, and I mean, those are big. Mr. DNA comes in a big box.
Exactly. So if you guys have ordered these separately, and you're looking to pick up the rest of them, let me know because we can work out what piece that you need to remove, kind of thing, so you can get the rest of the bundle. But definitely check that out before October 10th if you are looking to complete your JP collection, because that is probably the cheapest and fastest way of making sure you get everything. Also, if you're just looking for Hammond's cane, that is also on free shipping, and it's 10% off until October 10th. So definitely grab one of those if you are interested. We are running the Goonies special again. So the Goonies Adventure Set gets you free loot. And we also have a button set up where it's one click. So if you accidentally forget to add the loot, you still are buying the bundle, automatically goes to your cart and everything. Last but not least, we have decided to redo the 89 Batman special. So the grapnel is still $100 off. And if you're interested, when you buy a grapnel, you can get the smoke capsules for 40% off. So get quite a significant savings on that one. There is also a 1-button combo on our website for that one too. So definitely stay tuned. And as always, we've still got our Sentinel Sphere ornaments and our Narcissus thumb knives available as well. Those go all the way through to October 31st.
Did we do anything with the Lost Boys bottle yet?
We did, but we can also put it back on.
Hey, that's all you. I don't want to mess up a system.
Okay. Well, stay tuned next week because we might put the Lost Boys bottle back up. Just in case you guys missed it, Lost Boys bottle was 10% off with free shipping. So stay tuned, check in. We'll probably put that one back up. And as a reminder, last call for Creep Show ashtrays. We are down to our last few cases of those. So even though the free shipping is no longer active on 30 days of Halloween, we are still looking at about our last 18 units of those. So just FYI, if you want an ashtray, now would be the time to grab them.
Such a cool piece.
I
And
love that piece.
I'm just going to go back and elaborate on a couple pieces you mentioned real quick, because again, we've got a lot of new people who are following us, and they might not necessarily be familiar with what we do. So Paragon Effects Group, we are prop makers, we are collectors. Everything that we manufacture is handmade. It's licensed, it's made in direct association with the studios. In most cases, like I was saying a moment ago, if we don't have access to an original piece that we've replicated, we'll work directly with the studios and their archive teams or our product development teams, and we will reproduce those items. Just like Godzilla, we're so dedicated to that. That means so much to us that we will travel. We've physically gone to Tokyo to scan and handle and go through Toho's warehouses. There's going to be a lot more of that coming soon, where we're going to show, hopefully, we're going to be able to show stuff nobody's ever seen. All the surviving pieces from Toho, as they sit in storage right now, we've handled them all. Everything that's left, we've laid hands on it. The oxygen destroyer, that's going to be coming soon. We physically scanned it. I mean, we're pretty dedicated when we say we're going to recreate stuff from the original. We tend to do everything in very small numbers, multiple reasons. We're very hands-on as far as QC goes with our products. We're not going to tool up and make like an oxygen destroyer, an injection molded plastic, and then sell it for $150 at Walmart. There are toy companies out there. There are companies who make things for costume shops and cosplay pieces, and that's great. There's a lane for that. We think that's wonderful. What we're out to do is make a museum quality replica, a true heirloom piece that can live in your collection. And when we do them in small numbers, it's a nod to the production, whatever the given piece came from. Just like we all love Disney. We all love the Haunted Mansion. So to be able to reproduce that solid bronze Haunted Mansion plaque that is going to be coming soon in very small numbers, a great deal of effort there, a lot of different artisans' hands in and on that project. And that's something that you just got to do in small numbers, because you truly have to be able to police and stand over that thing and see it from start to finish. Like we always say, concept to palette, and land it. So again, if we have to be categorized as anything, we're prop makers first, and being collectors too. It means something to us that when we sell something as a collectible, a one-time thing, it stays just that. So there you go. You guys want to add to that, or was that just a long-winded rant on my part?
No, I think that was pretty succinct.
Yeah.
All right. There's a plus for some ADHD meds.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I did have another quick story. I remember this because we were talking about the Academy Award and how they felt like Tron cheated. So this reminded me of another story, totally unrelated to anything.
Well, go, sir.
So Harry and the Hendersons, like one of my favorite '80s flicks,
Okay.
right? So Rick Baker did all the makeup effects on that, and at the time, the Academy was also saying this is far beyond makeup. That makeup for them is some prosthetics, some theatrical type makeup.
Right.
This was so far advanced. They were like, does this even qualify as makeup anymore? It's a guy in a suit. And it was Ed Asner, who was on the Academy board, who kind of stood up for Rick Baker and said, this is makeup. You've got a performer in there. He's emoting through it. It looks fantastic. This is definitely makeup. So yeah, just something I remembered about Rick Baker. They try to throw him under the bus too and say, no, you're cheating. Like it's just a guy in a suit. But I think it was. I have to go back and check. I think it was at least nominated. I don't know I can't recall if it won. I hope it did, because Harry Henderson's was awesome. That was one of the coolest Bigfoot makeup design suits ever. And I just love that story.
Well, I love anything Bigfoot. So.
Yep, absolutely.
It is really interesting to me just how film has developed in the last 100 years. I mean, we do talk about a lot of things like that, but it's amazing when you get down to like the history of what is being considered inventive or evolutionary, and things like that change over time with technology and everything. But the film industry specifically has really come leaps and bounds in the last 70 to 100 years, that it's just a totally different animal than it was back then. It's interesting.
It's funny. It is. We were talking about just yesterday when we were talking about the Academy and how they were viewing Tron. Music industry is going through that right now with AI. Sure, you could go into a program and just, hey, make a song about a guy cutting his grass, and it's going to spit something out. But if you can use the technology as an arrow in your quiver, if you will, say you've got your lyrics, your BPM, you're going to make this in 4/4, whatever, and you can verbally orchestrate a song structure and how verse, chorus, pre-chorus, whatever, how you're going to break your song down. I always say, man, it's great to go in and be able to mess with that and realize a song in an hour that you otherwise would have fought with your guitarist for 2 weeks, broke up the band, whatever. It's so innovative right now. It's so new. It's interesting how threatening it is to people. So it's going to be interesting to see how that evolves. But you're seeing it right now, just like Tron couldn't get its Academy Award. For now, we're in the wild, wild west as far as any kind of AI work goes with music, and you can't copyright an AI. Well, it's saying you can't copyright an AI generated song without substantive input. Nobody knows. I mean, you got to throw up some quotes there. You don't know what that is. So that's all being worked out. Again, I'm not an advocate for the person who just goes in and prompts a song into existence. But if that's their gateway into music, and that otherwise makes it approachable and accessible to them, and maybe they go on to learn to play an instrument, or they go on to learn some basic chord structure or something. What a wonderful thing. So I'm always a big advocate of innovation and things moving forward, and it's interesting to see how quickly in film that got fleshed out. It just wasn't. By the time the last Starfighter came along, everybody was already acclimated, to
Oh
CG,
yeah.
And praising it. Look how innovative it is. No, there was stuff that came before it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's an interesting thing. But with I'm going to try not to ramble on too much about that because again, we went from 5 or 6 people watching these to 12 or 13.
Nice.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, 8 or 9. My mom's still watching them. She was. Yes, she loves Amy. It's so funny. My mom. Everybody thinks I'm joking when I say she doesn't even call me anymore. She feels like she knows what I'm up to if she watches these. And it's probably she could keep arm's length. Like I don't have to mess with him today. But she didn't even text me and go, "Hey, are you okay? Are you sick? Something wrong?" She didn't even ask why we weren't on the video last week. She was like, "Amy's so wonderful," and she just showered Amy with all these compliments. And she didn't even ask me, "Hey, where were you? What's up? Everything all right? Did you break something?"
Right.
But
I
she'll
should
ask about
probably
it.
give better, descriptions of why you guys aren't with me on stuff like that. Because I realized last week it was like, oh yeah, the guys are super busy. You guys do know they're actually busy, like that y'all were doing stuff. I can't remember now what it was, but I should have just said it as opposed to like, yeah, they're rocking and rolling. That would probably
Nah,
be the cause.
we were busy. I mean, yeah, that was good. That was good. It was just funny that she didn't even ask. She wasn't even curious. But anyway, we should probably wrap it up. Keep this kind of short because we're running late, and actually doing a Friday video on a Friday as a Thursday video for Friday. So
A quick
yeah.
update. Harry and the Hendersons did win Best Makeup Effects,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
as presented to Rick Baker by John Candy, which I thought was pretty cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did William Catt ever win anything? Because if he didn't, that's a crime. Did he get anything for Greatest American Hero or
I
get
don't know.
any kind of recognition for House or Big Wednesday, which would also be criminal if he didn't?
I don't know.
We should so try to have him on one of these. It's probably already been warned about us. He might have opened the email. But anyway, like Amy said, you guys check out the if you really want to know what's going on with Paragon, because it's the strangest thing in the world. If we've put up a photo of a Tron helmet, and somewhere in the comments you guys are asking, "Hey, what's up with Kay and Love's gun?" You're probably not going to get an answer within that thread because we're just like, why would you put that here? But we love your enthusiasm and we appreciate the comment. But if you truly want to know the state of a project, all you have to do is call us. You can call us, and when I say us, I mean Amy.
Yeah.
And she's going to tell you all about. No, we'll talk to you if you want to talk to us. But Amy's at the ready to answer any questions you may have, or you can just send us a quick email, or better yet, just sign up for our mailer. We send out a mailer every Friday that's got updates on everything. If there's something to say, we'll stick it in there. What we try not to do is take up your time, and it's coming along. It's coming along. Generally look at it like no news is good news, and when there's something worth reporting on, we'll let you know. But as we've said before, we got a lot of time on these agreements, these licenses, and we don't want to rush them. But I will tease and say that the last production pass I saw for Love's Gun was fantastic, and it's very close. I actually saw the action moving in it, and it was a pretty cool piece. So we hope to update more on that soon. And like I said, just sign up for the mailer. That's where you find out everything. And then, of course, we will spit some stuff out pretty quick on these videos too, if you can make it through them.
Perfect.
All right. Oh, and then the only other thing, Amy, you want to talk about the TRON helmet and the interest list, and how we're going to open that opportunity up to those who are interested.
Good
The order.
point.
Yeah, you want to do that real quick?
So, as per usual, we have a wait list up right now so that you guys can register your interest. Because this is such a popular piece and we are making such a small run, I would encourage you guys to go ahead and join the interest list if you are really interested in purchasing. On Friday the 10th, we are going to be, let's call it now. We're gonna go live with the TRON helmet at 3 p.m. Eastern on Friday the 10th. But be looking, if you ordered or if you put your name on the interest list, you will get an advanced email from us allowing you to purchase before it goes live at 3 p.m. So be looking at your email on Friday the 10th. If you've registered your interest, we're basically giving you the opportunity to pre-order it sooner because you already found the piece. You already know you want the piece. So we're going to give you a little bit of a time frame to be able to get your order in. So if you guys are interested, hit the interest list and be looking out for an email from us earlier in the morning on Friday so that you guys can solidify your order. And as per usual, this is a fully refundable deposit once you put a deposit down. So if you change your mind, we'll give you your money back. But if you want one, or if you're on the fence about wanting one, I would go ahead and grab it now. Next Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time.
There you go. Yeah, you're never stuck in a run with us. But if you want to stick your electronic hand in the air and say, hey, I want this thing, we'll let you sign up for it. And we're pretty good about sticking our deadlines, though. So, but we understand sometimes it feels like companies are just moving the goalposts back. So if you get itchy or whatever, yeah, we let you out. We won't hold you hostage. But the one thing it does do when we're dealing with small numbers like that, it does stop you from having to chase a piece on the secondary market if you just feel like you snoozed and it got away from you. So yeah, check it out. And again, this is just a way to get in on it ahead of the general public. And since so many people are finding their way to us, new people who didn't even know we were in license with Disney yet, it's a good way to share something up. So check it out. And other than that, that's all I got.
Yeah.
And if you did come to us by way of just finding a new Disney item, we have also done the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea newspaper. Monsters exist. So check that out. Sean will throw up some photos there. All right, we done?
Yeah, I think so. You guys have a great weekend.
You too. Theo says bye.